Our pro alert signals are now being analyzed by artificial intelligence, and after the hold signals down below have been fired, I manually start this process and it writes an article and does an analysis of our signal. Those analyses are posted onto the website so that we can read all the details as they come out. Hey, digital currency traders, anybody who joins the course now gets a t-shirt sent to you. Digital currency traders. This is not AI. So in this video, I'm going to continue watching Bitcoin dominance. When this breaks the top, we are already in position with a boatload of coins. But if Bitcoin dominance starts to go up as Bitcoin is breaking out, then we have to be really risk adverse and watch all those coins. And it may be a good idea to be closing those that are coming back to the entry levels. If you write about cryptocurrency on Medium, I invite you to submit your articles to Digital Currency Traders, and they'll go out to our social media network along with all of the other updates that have been posted as this bull market is starting to take off. And if you join our community, I'll send you one of these t-shirts with our logo on it so that you are part of the team. For the rest of this video, I'll review the charts for the signals that have just flashed into hold. We'll start off with Bitcoin, which has just flashed, and I'll zoom in on the chart for this one. So we can see that it's brand new. It is just breaking out. We've gone from alert status, and in our pro alerts, we're front running the actual signal on the 12-hour time frame. So we're looking to get a very small position here, and we can add to that one later. But if Bitcoin dominance is dropping as Bitcoin is taking off, then other altcoins are going to be going up in value, in US dollar value, faster than Bitcoin. The other thing is that if Bitcoin dominance rises now as Bitcoin is taking off, we got to be really careful with any of the alts that we're going to look at for their charts right now. So let's dig into some that have just flashed into hold status. First of all, we'll have double AVE, which is in hold status, and I'm going to move the stop loss up above the entry on all of these that are in hold, and we have a room to do that. I'm going to get the stop above the entry, and if Bitcoin dominance gives us some trouble, we're not taking any risk on these. It'll go right back into Bitcoin where it should be. Next, we'll take a look at AGLD. We can see the downtrend, the 1, 2, 3 bottom, and the breakout. So this is good so long as we get our stop loss above our entry when we can, so that we're protecting ourselves. Auction coin has broken out and pulled back, but it's still within our parameters. A risk adverse, it has not proven us correct, and I should be moving the stop loss up on that so that if Bitcoin dominance does take off, we'll take minimal losses on this. Bake token is one that we got tagged into a little bit earlier in August, and I still haven't moved the stop loss up on that, so we're still good here. Dusk token is one that did some moves in the recent past, and it has come down to a bottom formation and now tagged us in. So we'll watch for this to create support so I can move the stop loss up. EGLD just tagged us in. This has been a long downtrend, a nice double bottom, and we've got a great little entry here, and we'll have to be risk adverse and watch to see what's going on. FET token is also making a bottom formation and a breakout. This made some great moves in the past. It's held above support really nicely, so I'm pretty excited about this coin. Flux was in the video yesterday. It tagged us in and it has come back and consolidated. So if Bitcoin dominance is going up, I'll have to take the loss on this one. Front is another one that just tagged us in. Nice, that's holding support all the way along here. So if it consolidates and goes up, I'll be moving the stop loss up on that. FTM has just tagged us in, and I think I must have been looking at the relative strength index on this. It's got a beautiful divergence there. And now that it's tagged us in, our job is to watch for where we can consolidate and get that stop loss up above the entry. I'm not moving it yet though. Busy day where GRT is also breaking that trend line at the bottom. It's making the 1, 2, 3, it's crossing over. So we got into this one early before the simple trading plan. We got in on the 1, 2, 3 on the 4-hour time frame. And these are generally more risky, so we'll leave our stop back, let it have some noise, and we'll see what happens after that. ICP is finally made a double bottom here and looks great. We've got another piece of this one. I'll sit back and give it some room to do what it's going to do. IMX has come all the way back, made a nice formation. This is exactly what we're looking for. The long downtrend, 1, 2, 3 formation, get in there very, very small, even if it's just paper trading. Even if it's just paper trading, it's training your brain to look for these patterns and to do it very, very small so that your money is working for you while you're doing something else. this should be super low risk because it should be less than 1/10% of your entire portfolio. Well, 1/2 of 1% of your entire portfolio. So if you had $10,000, you would put $50 into each one of these trades because 1% of $10,000 is $100. So at $50 for each of these trades out of 10,000, then what we're looking to do is manage our risk so that we are only at risk of losing from our $25. We might be at risk of losing 10 or 15 of that $25. And that's how we're managing risk, is by being small through everything. Here's one that is just crossing the 1, 2, 3s on the very small time frame. We can see that it's really pulled back, absolutely killed everybody who got into this back in February. And now it's making a 1, 2, 3. It's breaking out just above our pattern. And if we start off dust small here, we'll have a foot in the door and we can add on to that. OGN, look at the same story, another one, really great. And of course, not all the coins are showing you this story. I'm showing you the highlights. These are the ones that are on the edge ahead of everybody else. So Ordi is made a nice bottom formation. It's coming down to a nice curve here, and yet this could do a cup with handle and really be hard to hold on to, so stay small. ORN is a similar pattern. I like the higher lows from recent past. OTX is coming down to a nice trend line, nice bottom formation, and it's just tipping out of there. Pendle is another one that came back to support, really wrecked everybody who got in there late or disappointed everybody who held on for higher prices. Then there's Pendle that has come back all the way and consolidated, breaking out at the same time as everything else. So as these start to consolidate, I really want to manage risk now and get my stops above the entry. Perp is just starting to break out. This one might be a little bit more wild, and should any of these start to really break out in the next day or two, I'll get those stops above the entry and manage risk on these. Let's take a look at Rare. It broke out and did some amazing moves here. And I closed my position when the 1, 2, 3 in the trend line broke. So it could go higher, I don't know, but I was out and I put that money into something else. And I don't know what the money went into as something else because the trading system grabs whatever comes up next. So here is SEI. I did blog posts about many of these different coins. So this is amazing to see them 1, 2, 3 formation setting up like this. And to get a piece of these is crazy. SOL, we got into a while ago. First of all, I got into it at the end of September, and then we added on to it. We got kicked out. We added on to it again. This one held, and I still have the coins from September on staking. I always forget about them. Then this held through this wildness. But now we have 1, 2 technical levels. So if price does come down below these, I just can't hold it anymore then after that. A few more to do here. STX is also making a very similar pattern, a really nice bowl shape, but I'll be wary that it's going to make the cup with handle and really hammer everybody afterwards. And that means it's not wise to chase after these after they've passed the 1, 2, 3 breakout. This is not a good place to get into it anymore. This is history. But preparing for the next one that is making the 1, 2, 3 formation, that's where the deal is right now. So this one, I would have to wait for it to come back and consolidate a little bit before I could put anything onto this now. I couldn't just jump into it just because it gave a signal the other day. SUI is more close to the moment of the signal, and so you could just go and look at that and check it out. But that's beautiful. It's made a nice breakout, consolidated, and then we've got our stop down below the consolidation so that we can manage our risk specifically, put in a very small trade. I know exactly what I'm putting in there. It's like an insurance policy that if it goes up higher, I'm insured. I'm going to make money off of that. And if it does go lower, I pay the insurance premium and I look at it the next time. TRB is the next one that's taking off. It made some big moves before, so if it does a spike like this, I will look to take those profits when it's way up like that. Those are called popcorn moves, and I do have the stops set at about 300% for all of these, so if we do get a big pop like that, our system will automatically grab those ones, which is great. But until then, we're just going to hold on to this. It looks great, nothing to do. Another one that looks great, nice higher lows building up here. Really fantastic opportunity to look at this. We did catch TRX. The stop is above the entry. I don't think it's even in the spreadsheet, so it's kind of cheating to say that I got it, but there it is on the chart. And what else do we have? This one, AX, we got into it a while ago and I didn't move the stop loss up, so we survived this, but now the stop is above the entry, nothing to do. XLM, we got wicked into this. We're still holding on because the stop is still below the number 3 point. And one of the reasons I was giving XLM a little bit more room is because I believe it's kind of following what Ripple is doing. And I want to leave my stop loss back on Ripple so that this cup with handle can hammer everybody and wreck everybody. And hopefully it doesn't get down to me, and then I can keep going. I'm still willing to pay that insurance policy after this kind of move, this kind of chart pattern. And that wraps it up for this video. I got stuff to do, places to go. Let me know how this goes for you. If you're making success with it, trade safe and keep those losses small.